Yes, you get two shows today. Two shows, one in the light, one in the darkness. We were hoping to be in better spirits with the second show, but no, we are pissed as oh, he's gonna take a drink early. Oh boy. So this show you might be hearing and receiving a lot of passion on this show. It's a late night edition of the Mizzle and Dub show. I guess you can call this a post game edition to where the Warriors did a lot of things right in this game. They really did. For the most part, they played well. Uh, Steve Kerr decides to put in Gary Payton II to be in the starting lineup, and that
It
starting
just
five
always
was
work.
fantastic.
They
It
always work.
worked just like it did with JaMychal Green in game two. It
And not
worked.
and not only that did it work, the strategy that he used to get Anthony Davis away from the basket was working.
And if you were to tell me that Anthony Davis would only score four more points in the second half, because in the first half, he was dynamite, had no answer, had 19. And then just for whatever reason, Darvin Ham just decided not to establish him in the second half. And Anthony Davis only had four more points. If you were to tell me that, I would have believed the Warriors would have found a way to win the game. But alas,
One person
and
beat him.
realistically,
One person all
well,
this
well,
whole game.
we're gonna eventually get to that. But I say two things cost the Warriors was two costly turnovers and Lonnie Walker the fourth. And as I told Mr. Sullivan, who was a fan of the program, but unfortunately is a damn Laker fan, and I told him, if you, because Lonnie Walker Jr. scored all of his 15 points in the fourth quarter. You take away his 15 points,
Warriors
the
win by
Warriors win by a
8.
final. The Warriors win by a final score of 101 to 89. That would have been the final score if you take away Lonnie Walker the fourth's 14 points that he had in the fourth quarter. Which again, kudos to him.
Yes.
Of course, we should not be surprised because he was traded from the Spurs, and of course he played under Popovich. So it's not surprising that his professionalism stood out tonight, and he was ready when his number was called. So that's not surprising. What is surprising is the fact that the Warriors decided we're not going to defend him. We're just going to let him be open and shoot the ball, and that came back to bite them in the ass. That was one reason why the Warriors lost the game. Second reason was two costly turnovers. Draymond Green, you get the offensive rebound, you have Dennis Schroeder on him. I know you're trying to do the right basketball IQ thing, but damn it, go to the rack. Worst case scenario, they foul you and they make you shoot free throws, or you make the basket and possibly get to do the Draymond flex. That was one costly turnover. Number two, as brilliant as Curry was tonight, and Curry for most of the game was outstanding. The man had a triple double. But I have to ask, why in the hell are you trying to throw the ball in the air after you get possession of the jump ball that Wiggins won off the everybody else? Use it. You had a timeout to your disposal. Call the damn timeout. Instead, no, you want to challenge the damn play, knowing damn well and therefore you lose your timeout. So, two a coaching blunder by Steve Kerr by not calling the timeout after the jump ball possession, the costly turnover by Draymond Green, and Lonnie Walker the fourth pretty much is the reason why the Lakers have a 3-1 lead in this series. Now,
I see it a little different.
and
I see it just a tad bit
well,
different.
that's why in the hell are you shooting a long ass three? Yes, we know your range is unlimited, and we know you can make it from any damn well on the court, even in the damn hallway. But I would have driven to the lane because worst case scenario is somebody's going to foul you, or you make the basket, or you make the basket and have a 3-point play. But
Well, he was
the
3
floor is
of
yours.
14. 3 of 14. It's not working. Yes, we know a shooter will shoot even when they're having an off night, but you were killing them off the dribble. You were getting to the rim. We're only down 1 point. Why are we shooting threes? Why? And to tell you the truth, I kind of question that even when James Harden shot that three in Philly. We didn't need the three.
Now you're talking about the 3 to 4. Are you talking about the 3 to 4 overtime?
No, the three to win it.
All 3 to 1. Okay.
I mean, it won it. Granted, yes, they did the right thing. Joel Embiid tried to bring the ball down, to get the two, but he made the smart basketball move and found Harden in the corner and hit the three. Okay, I get that. You had 2 opportunities. The first 3 you launched up, you missed it. Okay, cool. We got the offensive rebound. They kick it back out to you. Run the lane. And on the first one, you had Anthony Davis on skates. Get to the basket. Get to the basket. We didn't. This is one time that I was a little frustrated with Curry. I'd never kind of questioned some of the. I do question some of the things he do, but it's like, okay, it's Stephen Curry. He's a wizard. It's the Human Torch. It's the babyface assassin. Chef Curry. We get it. But this one, if I'm the person that's in there doing the interview and I'm asking Curry a question, why were you shooting the three when it was not necessary to shoot the three? You missed the first 3. You got a second opportunity. You were not having your best shooting night as a 3-point shooter, but your field goal percentage was outstanding. You were killing it inside the perimeter. I don't get it. And like I posted, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. And damn it, they died by the 3 today. And hello, excuse me, where's Klay Thompson? He's the one that said he was ready for this series. He waited 12 years for this series.
Yeah.
He was going to do this at the third. Where the fuck have you been?
Other than game 2, you have disappeared. Other than game 2, you've disappeared. And I said on my post, I said, Klay Thompson, game 5, it's on you.
I mean,
it is 30, on
30
you.
Can only do so much. 30 can only do so much by himself. I mean, and not even Klay. Where was Andrew Wiggins? And I'm about sick and tired of these free throws being missed. You get on the free throw line, you're missing free throws. Why are we missing free throws? And for once, Kerr said a statement, but that's the way this has been going the whole game. But I'm gonna say this: actually, the referees were on point this game. They were on point. Oh, no. But according to Kerr, there was a lot of flopping on the. See, I didn't see a lot of the game. I listened to it, most of it, but Kerr said that they got called with a lot of illegal screens, which was by flopping. So, I mean, I don't know. They've been making those calls all series, even in other games. If you throw an elbow out there, you throw your butt cheek out there. If you're not set on your screen as you should be, as I was taught they're
gonna call that.
As I'm taught in NJB, AAU, when I played in tournaments and when I played with a little sniff with the Fairfield Falcons high school freshman team, you set your screen. You get solid. You don't throw your buns out there or you throw your body out there. They're gonna. This is not like the old NBA to where that was happening. They're trying to clean the sport up a little bit. But
I'll just say this: they missed the way Andrew Bogut used to set a screen because Bogut was solid as all get down. He did not flop or anything like that. Bogut was a solid Australian that used to set very good picks and screens, but that's here nor there. And I agree. The referees held their whistle.
They let them play a little bit.
They held it.
They let them play a little bit.
They let them play. They let the players decide the game. But again, I mean, the discrepancy was only by 8. The Lakers got there 20 times. Warriors got there 12 times, but here's the difference. The Lakers were a perfect 20 from 20 from the line. The Warriors were 9 of 12 from the free throw line. And for once,
And
Curry actually made all of his free throws.
didn't the Warriors win the paint battle? They won inside the paint, right? Aren't there numbers inside the paint? I believe they won.
You're talking about tonight? You're talking about tonight?
Tonight's game, yes. I believe they won inside the paint.
Okay, so and here's the thing. The Warriors had 29 assists on their 40 shots made. Like all the signs numbers wise would point to a normal Warriors win in any other game because they had nine offensive rebounds, one more than Lakers. Even though the Lakers won the rebounding battle by 2, Warriors led in offensive rebounds. The Warriors actually kind of took care of the ball because they only had 2 more turnovers than the Lakers, 16-14. And yes, the Warriors won the paint battle by 6, 52-46.
So why is
Led in fast break points, 17-14.
jacking up 3? Why is he jacking up 3? When he's 3 for 14, and I believe Clay was 3 for 11. Why we're jacking up threes? As a coach, you should tell your coach should tell your players, yes, I know you guys have the fucking green light, but it's not happening. We're killing inside the paint. That should be our bread and butter right now. If it's open, take it. Contest it. I don't need contested threes. And both of those shots Curry took at the end, they were contested. He didn't have a clean look.
Perfect example of if it's open, take it. Offensive rebound kicks out. DiVincenzo thought about the 3. He faked, went inside, kicked it out to a wide open Moses Moody in the corner. Moody hits the 3. Now, if you're going to take that shot, you can live without it because that was the right basketball move. You went inside, pump fake. Defense was coming. Man's open. Okay, then you dish out and kick. And if you're open, by all means, shoot the damn son bitch. By all means.
As I said with Harden, yes, we didn't need the 3. Embiid came in. He got double teamed. He couldn't get the 2. He made the smart basketball move, kicked it out hard, hit 3, we win the game.
It's nice to see Moody out there playing some huge minutes in the fourth quarter because Moody played a fantastic game today also, along with DiVincenzo and along with Gary Payne II.
Oh, man.
Why is not
my man threw up in his mouth and tried to play a game of basketball. He had a mouthful of vomit.
Vomit. Which is why in any other case I would ask Steve Kerr, why in the hell is GP2 not out there in the fourth quarter? Because he was outstanding in his 23 minutes. Man was 7 of 9 from the floor.
I don't get
shot 1 of 3 on that.
Had
15 points. I don't.
He's too good of a coach to do these things. Like Mizzle, boy, they be ripping him on NBA TV and First Take because he doesn't call the timeouts and stuff like that. But Kerr is too intelligent to. I don't know. I don't know. And a coworker of mine at work said Klay Thompson needs to go. I didn't want to argue because I was like, he said Klay needs to go. Another person said Draymond is gone. I'm like, man, you counting out the guys already, huh?
Okay. Yes, Klay has not had a good series other than game 2. Draymond was spectacular in game 2. Okay. There have been many times people have counted out the Warriors or say the Warriors are done.
Charles Barkley just did it.
And Charles Barkley has just opened his damn mouth again saying the Warriors
now
are
a little
done.
bit of confidence.
Okay.
I think they get the San Francisco game, but I just don't think they go back down to LA and get that. I know I said 7. I know I said this will go to 7, but I thought it would be more like a 2-2. You know, somebody's 3-2.
Like I said, a lot of the things the Warriors did well tonight normally would give them that win. But again, it's just Those two costly turnovers.
And
Curry
one
decided to jack up. Curry decided to jack up that three when he should have just went to the lane because they had no
need a
answers for him.
three.
They had no answers for him inside the lane. They didn't need a three. All they needed to do was just get to their back. Either Curry's going to get fouled or possibly might get an and one.
And hell,
And you
what?
have to force the Lakers.
So they scored. They go up one, right?
It would have been 103, 102, correct. Yes.
Okay. So give or take that the Lakers do come down and score because they're going to come down, probably try to come down there and score kind of quick, which gives you the ball back. You can have a
Yeah.
timeout to advance it. That's when I think I would have felt more comfortable if they're going to take that three because they probably wasn't going to give you nothing inside. So you're probably going to set something up coming off the inbound to where you have to shoot it quick. So that would have lived with, but not just jacking up threes. I mean, maybe I get
especially after you get on especially after you get an offensive rebound off the miss.
Yeah.
And
Now,
I think that was the killer. That was the killer right there. But again, like I said, it's frustrating because again, it was a back and forth game.
oh,
Back and
hell of a
forth game.
game.
It was
Hell of a-
fantastic. It was a fantastic game.
It was a great game.
Fantastic game. Back and forth. Everything that you would want between LA versus the Bay. It was fantastic. Made for great theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big
And
leads on one team. I think both teams had a double-digit lead, and they
no, the
bumped
biggest
back.
no, the biggest lead the Lakers had was 5 points throughout the
Okay.
whole entire
Okay.
game.
Okay.
The biggest lead that the Warriors had was 12. And it evaporated real quick because
Just
again, like I
like
said,
game three.
game 3, yeah.
They were up 11, and then
Lakers put clamps on it, which again, kudos to Darvin Ham. He has, for the most part, adjusted.
Adjustments has been great on his part.
Yes.
I mean,
And he
bringing
just
in Walker and letting Walker with the green light. I mean, that single-handedly changed the whole dynamic of that game when he started scoring. It's like they had no answer for him. They wasn't guarding him. It was just, man. I mean, they do have the DNA to come back from 3-1, but that was years ago. And this basketball is now different from when they came back from that 3-1 deficit.
not just that. That team was a better road team. Now we know the struggles of this Warriors team on the road this season.
I don't get that. I don't understand that. That's hard to swallow.
But also at the same time, kudos must be given to the Lakers. They have protected crypto.com arena so far this playoff run. They've not lost a game inside their home court. Yeah. And as we always say, the series does not start until somebody loses on their home court. And for the Warriors,
it was them game 1.
I believe the Warriors will come out at all stops and win game 5 in San Francisco.
I think so too.
I have no doubts about that. But in order to get to game 7 to have that home game in your pocket, they're gonna have to win a game on the road. And we know 29 consecutive series. They have won one playoff road. They have one game on the road in the playoffs. That's an amazing streak.
And it's always the one that matters.
And I don't know who's gonna break that streak because that's been a fantastic streak in this run that they've been on. Yeah. But with that said, it's going to be hard to try to win game 6 in that building and try to force a game 7 back in your friendly confines of Chase.
It won't be easy.
Can't worry about game 6. All the focus needs to be on game 5. Yep. That's just the bottom line. Yep. And that's just the story. And like I said on my Facebook post, Klay Thompson, game 5's on you.
It's on everybody, just not Klay. It's on everybody. Everybody needs
I agree, but I'm putting the onus on Klay Thompson because you opened your mouth and said, I've been waiting for the series for my whole career. Okay. And I know you want to stick it to your dad because your dad does radio color commentary for the Lakers, has done it for a long time. Of course, your dad played with the franchise. You grew up there. You were pretty much born and raised there. So I get it. I understand it. But You need to carry your weight. But
There's no argument with
here's
that one,
here's
bro.
a
I,
huh
I said there's no argument for me on that one. I totally
now
agree.
now now here's a snippet that I do want to play that was very interesting that Kareth Burke said during the post game show on NBC Sports Bay Area. If I can
Is it
pull
when
it up real
she
quick,
was
which is
talking about Jordan Poole when she was interviewing the
yes,
food in the locker room?
yeah. So okay, so you see, this is why we have the synergy that we have. Um, that's an interesting piece, and I wouldn't be surprised one bit
You
if
better
Jordan
not
Poole
say he's
just
gonna have a
decides to
good. Nope,
pull.
nope, nope,
I wouldn't be surprised because
nope.
look at it this way, and I understand why you would not and I understand why you would disagree with me because he's played like complete dog shit in this series. He's played like complete dog shit in this whole entire postseason. I get it. I understand it. But I say it from this analogy and I say it from this perspective. It would be just like him to pull one out of his ass in game 5. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just saying think it not strange if it does happen. That's all I'm saying. Think it not strange.
If he
But I will say, go ahead.
if he does it, he needs to be in control. I mean,
I agree. I agree. He everything he has done has just been sloppy, undisciplined, and you're just going, what in the hell is what's going on in your mind? I mean, is you having girlfriend problems? Do you need to get laid?
I
What
get
is it
I get nervous every time he's on the court. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's about 4 turnovers coming instantly. 2 jump
now?
shots.
Now, what I will say is something I texted you earlier. The starting 5 that they had in game tonight,
I'll
run it back
replicate it.
again,
I'll
run it
do
back
it.
again in game 5, run it
Yeah,
back,
I agree.
run it
I agree.
because it worked.
And continue to, if you're gonna continue to bring AD out there, yes, run that. Because what they were saying is whoever AD is guarding, that's the screener. Well, hell the fucking low. That works. Get
Yes.
out of there. And the next thing you have to do is so here's one thing that I did observe. AD
Okay.
AD has put 2 games back to back that were pretty fucking good.
20-point games. Yes.
The always question is, will he do it again? I
Well,
think
here, but here's the thing. He was nowhere to be seen offensively in the second half. All of his damage that he did in the game scoring wise was in the first half because like I said, he only had 4 points. Now don't get me wrong. He shot 10 of 16 for the game, which is a very good high percentage. No question about that.
yes.
No arguments, no nothing from on this end from this guy. But for whatever reason, I don't know why Darvish Ham did not establish him in the second half as he did in the first half, which I think that's something I definitely would do if I was Darvin Ham. That I would try to do in game 5 of the first half. Let him be that guy. But again, as we always say, he's one vaginal tear away from not being a factor at all in the series.
Well, he's been fine so far. I don't see nothing changing
But
there.
but as you and I have said, he is a tremendous talent, and when he's on, he is one of the 4 best big men in the league to go up there with Giannis, Jokic, and the MVP Embiid. Those 4 guys, those 4 gentlemen that I just mentioned, by far, in today's game, 4 best big men in basketball.
Yes.
And you will not get an argument from anybody on that, I don't think. Now,
Jokic put up 53 in the loss.
In a loss, had a triple double with 53 in a loss. Tonight, Curry, triple double in a loss. So that just goes to show you. Now, we will get back to more passion about the Lakers and Warriors in a minute, but we must give kudos to the game that happened earlier in South Beach as the Miami Heat are quietly, and I really do mean quietly, they are 1 win away from another trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. And if you have not paid attention, that would be the third conference final for the Miami Heat in the last 4 years.
And they're an 8 seed.
I'm going to say this again. Should the Heat pull off the gentleman's sweep inside the Mecca, which will not be easy because you know the Mecca is going to be absolutely ape shit
You know what?
crazy.
All that's gonna do is just give Jimmy Butler more fuel. Jimmy Butler about
Oh,
to
I don't disagree with that.
you,
I
you
don't
really
disagree
think
with
Jimmy
that
Butler
one
gonna walk
iota.
into the Mecca and think about, I want to go back to Miami and try to win it there? No. Jimmy Butler's coming to
No.
New York tomorrow. No, third Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes.
Yes.
He's coming into Mecca Wednesday. He's gonna get his team in line. They're gonna be ready. And I'm telling you, when they won this game, I told you it's over. It's over. It's over.
Again, I don't disagree. I picked the Heat to win this series, as
I
did
think we
you.
both did.
Yes, we both picked Miami to win. Although
You said in 6, right?
You said no. You said 6. I said in 7.
Oh,
So
we both might be wrong. We both might be wrong here. Shit. Hell.
I mean,
Jimmy said,
we both picked we both picked the winner of the series, but
well, hell, if it wasn't for Jimmy Butler getting hurt, this might be a sweep.
Might be a sweep. Yes, absolutely.
And they did
Miami
the game without Jimmy.
Yeah, Miami never pulled off the win in game 2 when he was sitting there on his ankle. And I agree, which again, Strus has been fantastic in this series, and he was fantastic again today as he had 16 points, shooting 6-13. But again, as I've always been saying with the team, yes, Jimmy Butler is the straw that stirs the drink. He is the glue, but damn it, when Bam Adebayo has the game that he had tonight, when he goes off like that, the Heat can be very, very dangerous.
Didn't he have a triple-double in one of these series?
I want to say game 2. I want to say game 2 was the game that he had the triple-double, but
like 12, 13, and 10,
yeah.
something like that.
But tonight he was outstanding. He had 23 points and 13 rebounds. When he's getting off like that,
and a lot of what I was hearing is he was getting rebounds. He was on the boards.
Yeah, 13 rebounds. 10 of those were defensive, and he had 3 offensive boards. But of course, Jimmy, he almost fucked around because he had 27, 10 assists, and 6 rebounds. He was 4 rebounds away from messing around and having his own triple-double.
Hey, I'm calling it now. Jimmy about to go for 40 in the Mecca.
Oh my.
Jimmy going for 40.
He said he is pulling off a 40 burger in the Garden on Wednesday.
Well, it always goes down. It always goes down. Mecca. It does.
The Mecca brings out the best of a visiting player. And I mean, Brunson was fantastic. He had 32 points. He was fabulous.
Hell, Julius Randle.
RJ Barrett had a fantastic game, and so did Julius Randle.
Yeah.
But it was just too much Jimmy Butler.
Wait. It wasn't just Jimmy Butler on offense. Jimmy Butler was meeting people at the rim. How many blocks?
He did have 2 blocks. He had two.
Yeah, and they were big ones too.
He had 2 blocks. Well, here's the thing. The whole starting 5 for the Heat was plus. Kevin Love +4. Butler +4. Bam +7. Vincent +3. Strus +8. Yeah, actually, okay. The whole Miami Heat team was a plus because Highsmith was a +4. Martin was a +2. Zeller was a +3. Kyle Lowry was a +5.
Yeah, you should win with those numbers.
Oh yeah. If you're plus everybody,
yeah.
This is why they won by 9 points, 109-108. So, I mean, again, both picked Miami to win the series. It might be one game early for you, 2 games late for me, because like I said, I thought this was going to be a grueling old school type series, but Miami's like, no, the Miami Heat is on a mission. And like I said, and I've been saying this all playoff series long, the Miami Heat are legitimately an 8th seed that can legitimately win this NBA title. And if you think I'm smoking or you think I'm crazy, you have not watched this team play at all. Okay.
Yeah.
And here's
I'm
and
nervous.
here's some more giggles.
I'm nervous if we roll up against them because I think we can get. I think we're getting the Celtics. I think this is going to be the year we get the Celtics. I just if Harden can show up, just not even the 40-point Harden. I don't. If I can just get 28, 10, 10 to 12 dimes, 7 rebounds, Harden, I'm good. And then Embiid just
Well,
match that. Embiid go if Embiid is good on, Embiid's gonna be good. You know, I see Maxey stepping up tomorrow. Later on because it don't seem like it's the moment's too big for Maxey. He's shooting it. He's
no,
shooting it in the gym.
no. Well, here's the thing. Okay, Philadelphia has already proven they can go to Boston and get a game because they took game one. So we know that Philly can go in there and do it. Um, However, it's going to be this now. Harden is averaging 18 and 4 of the last 10 games against Boston.
Yes.
In this series, Tobias is averaging 14 and a half and averaging 5.5
He's
rebounds.
been huge. He's been
So
huge.
so if you can get if you can get consistency, because I think Maxey will have a bounce back game.
Yes.
Because like I said, he is not afraid of
The
the
moment.
road of the moment and afraid of the road. So I get that. So if you can get, because I guarantee you, Tobias will be better than he was in game 4. He
I,
won't shoot 3 of 10 like he did in game 4, and I
I
think
agree.
he'll bounce back. Even though he was a plus 14, which was huge,
Mm.
because he was a plus 14 in game 4.
Well,
He had the
the
highest
only
plus.
thing that I'm worried about the game
What's
is
that?
somebody got to find a way to stop Jaylen Brown, man. That man is just that man is.
Well,
I know we've seen him at Cal, and we've seen how this is going, but that man is a walking bucket, dude. It's like
yeah,
everything. I
yeah.
I cringe every time he shoots. Every time he got the ball, I'm like, oh, here we. So when he misses, it's a
Let
he
me
can
ask you
do whatever
this.
he wants.
Let me ask you this. Doesn't his game kind of remind you of Jimmy Butler esque?
Yeah, they're
Just the way
ruthless.
he,
They don't care. Yeah, yeah.
but I mean, but I mean, just the way he goes to the rim with velocity, the same way Jimmy Butler does.
Yes.
Because I mean,
He got that
I mean,
little
because I mean,
fadeaway Jimmy got. They can shoot the three when they want to.
even though Brown I think is a better 3-point shooter than Jimmy Butler, but he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Here's the thing: Jimmy Butler and Jaylen Brown are two guys that really don't rely on shooting the 3-pointer, but every now and then they can show you that yes, we can make that too. But they live in the paint, they live in the mid range, and they live on the baseline. Both
Yeah,
men do.
yeah.
Which again, like I said, we saw the talent in Berkeley, California, when Jaylen Brown torched a very highly ranked Oregon Ducks team at Haas Pavilion.
A ranked
We
team
we
at
we
that.
we, we were there and saw the talent, and we're like, he went to Boston. Oh boy!
Yeah.
But at the same time, they also have to figure out a way to just keep Al Horford from making those always seemingly big shots he seems to make, to which you say all the time, fuck Al Horford.
I can't stand that, man. It's just,
Well, I mean, it has been it's been huge, but I mean, it really has been a fantastic series to
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Boston and Philadelphia in the playoffs over the years, and we can go back to the 80s and the 60s and what have you. It really never disappoints. It really doesn't. I mean, like I said, people forgetting it's one of the most best and fun and intense rivalries in the NBA, certainly in its history. And I know people always want to talk about Bulls and Knicks, rightfully so, Heat and Knicks, rightfully so, but I mean, it really does not get more intense than the 76ers and the Celtics. It always has
Each
been
other.
that way when it
I don't
comes
like each other.
to these two. Of course, I mean, come on, Julius Bird and Julius Bird, Julius Irving and Larry Bird. literally we're throwing punches against each other,
Yes.
and even though we know there's mutual respect between those two.
Yes.
Now, I'll ask you this: what would be your strategy on the defensive side of the ball going into Game 5 tomorrow if you're Doc against Boston back on the parquet floor?
Boxing one. Clearly, the zone's not working. You should have some form of a zone, but make sure someone is always telling Jaylen Brown. Slightly, because I don't think Embiid needs no help. Embiid don't need no help who he's guarding. Whoever's guarding Jaylen Brown is going to need a little help. So I would run some form of a boxing one on the defense. Give that a look see. Just because also you're protecting. You know how boxing one is. Everybody know how boxing one is. If it's just you're just gonna be one person that's gonna be tired because they're gonna be doing all the running. But if that somebody's up to the task, it's because it's kind of hard because you want PJ Tucker guarding Tatum. Tatum can be that walking bucket just as well as Jaylen Brown.
Correct. Absolutely.
If you put Tucker on Brown, then you're risking Tucker getting more fouls quicker because Jaylen Brown is a more aggressive attacker to the basket than Tatum is. Tatum is more, I'm gonna back you down and try to give you the Kobe Bryant. Jaylen Brown is like, I'm just gonna disrespect you off the dribble, and I'm going to the rack. I'm gonna finesse you. So I would try something, maybe a boxing one, switch it up, give that a shot. And nobody doesn't really want to run a 2-3. I don't know why nobody wants to protect the wings anymore.
I don't know. That is a very interesting thing.
When you're allowed to use a zone, I don't know.
I mean, even back last year when the Warriors went to a 2-3 against Boston in the finals, it worked. But I'm just a bald-headed, light-skinned guy that does a sports show, and we just talk out of our ass, I guess. I don't know. All right, last one before we call a night. Same Game 5, different series. Phoenix and the Nuggets, which is shocking because I really thought that Phoenix looked lifeless against the Nuggets, but then KD and Book just went off in games 3 and 4. So far in this series, home court has served on both sides. But now we come back to 5280, the altitude. Ball Arena is going to be nuts and lit.
No CP3.
Still no Chris Paul. He is still out.
Already ruled out, yeah.
Possibly might miss the rest of the series.
Oh, that's
even if it goes to 7. But
like I said, the Suns have slightly been playing a lot better without him. The ball's in Book's hand, and you got KD just being the tarantula, the Slim Reaper that he is. I don't know. I wouldn't change it if he was healthy.
Well, here's the thing. The Suns have no answer for the Joker. He is just a walking triple-double and a walking 50 burger. And again, people,
I think whoever he gets in the next series, if that happens, there's nobody got an answer for him.
No.
You're just gonna have to shoot him.
He's one of the best big men passers I've ever seen. The way he just finds the lane to get the ball to his shooters is just absolutely insane and asinine.
Got handles.
Yeah, he got handles. He can shoot the 3 if he wants to, just like Arvidas Sabonis could shoot the 3 if he wants to. But I think people are rediscovering, which something you and I already knew. People are now rediscovering just absolutely how much of a dog Jamal Murray is. I mean, before he tore his ACL, he was a monster in the bubble, and gave team fits.
You don't have to explain to me about that.
Well, I know. Like I said, you and I know because we watch, we understand, we dissect. But Murray has been an absolute monster in this series, and I think he's going to go off huge tomorrow or later on today in Game 5 of this series, as it is 2-2. Here's what we do know: two of the series are guaranteed to go 6. We know the Suns and Nuggets will at least go 6. Same with the Sixers and the Celtics. So two
We
huge
got
game fives there on
closeouts.
today. They're
We got
both
two closeouts.
they got two pivotals and a chance for two closeouts. Both eighth seeds in the West Indies have a chance to close out and go to the conference
Ain't
finals.
that something?
Yeah, that would be something.
But you know what though? We said this as well, and honestly, I'm glad I got a little something left in my cup when I say this. Give Rob Pelinka credit.
Oh, absolutely.
The Lakers were like dog shit.
They were done. They were
Done.
done before they made that trade. They were done.
When that trade went through, they have been the best team since the trading deadline. I mean, they then climbed up from the 13th seed to get to 8.
Correct.
I mean,
Won the playing game,
what,
even though Minnesota for the most part was playing well, but they found a way to give it away.
if Homeboy could have made at least 4 threes.
If Anthony Edwards could have shot the ball better, we're not talking. We'll possibly not be talking about this.
We're giving that team down there.
Yes, we're giving that damn team. Yeah, we're giving that team that wears purple and gold credit. So
I mean, so
yeah. But
when
credit
I'm
must be
done.
given.
When I'm done, I got a little but no, I can't be. We sit here. We may not like them, but we do a show, and we have to
give them their flowers. Give them their flowers.
We have to put our to the side.
Our bias to the side, yes. I mean, on the show, if you're playing well, we will acknowledge you. That is one thing. That is one thing. That is one thing we have always done on the show.
You can go back and watch many times I have given your.
Yes, he's given my football team that I love that wears red and gold credit, and he's taken many shots of liquor because of that. Trust me.
But no,
again,
the Lakers are playing damn good basketball. It's good, and whatever Darvinham and LeBron is preaching,
here's the thing.
Moore, man, it's like that was a steal.
I agree.
The man was balling when he was playing in Washington.
Correct. Somebody didn't hear of, but again, Vanderbilt has been fantastic.
Now you got Walker the third or the fourth or whatever the
Lonnie Walker the fourth
whatever
was huge.
Just a walking bucket off the bench. Like what
was huge tonight.
So
they discovered Austin Reeves who can shoot, and then D'Angelo Russell comes back home and he's had some big games.
Kudos to getting rid of Westbrook and putting this squad together. And
I agree.
That was brilliant.
They started the season 2-10. People forget that. They started the season 2-10.
2-10. One went away to get into the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And I'm over here sitting here as a Warrior fan, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, fuck it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis and that fucking Walker. That's and then any moment D'Angelo Russell could probably have a spectacular game and just
which he did against Memphis. Again,
that's what pains me more watching Stephen Curry shoot that long. So this is why the story comes back around as I give the Lakers credit. So to see Stephen Curry shoot that shot, knowing you're playing this, and you've been 3 of 14, but you're killing it inside.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
And again, I hate to be that guy because this is where I say this all the time in the NFL. Stop trying to act like a genius. If something is working, just stick with it. Just For example, okay, going back to game 2, where Curry only took 12 shots. He didn't need to shoot the ball because he saw Clay had the hot hand, and they rode it to a win in game 2.
But here's
And then
nobody had a hot hand in this game.
no,
There was no
nobody.
hot hand, but the inside the paint was working. The outside
Well, heck,
perimeter wasn't working.
well, heck, how many times was Gary Payton II was open underneath the basket, and Curry was able to find him?
Brother, no,
I mean, Curry was being more facilitator. Curry was
behind
being
the
more
back,
Curry.
no look.
Curry was being more facilitator than shooter in this
Yeah,
game
14
until
assists, right? 14, 15.
14. 14 assists. Yes, 14 assists.
So that means the inside paint was working. Because that means
Yes.
out of those 14 assists, all of those, I wouldn't even say half of them wasn't even from 3 points.
No.
They were dimes.
Yes. Kickouts, finding the open man, or finding the guy underneath on the basket. Yes, absolutely.
I can't
Yes.
stand that I have to sit here and witness this and have to give the Lakers their damn credit. This is bullshit. There's 2 games in this series where the Warriors beat themselves. Where honestly the Lakers didn't do nothing. I cannot sit here and not say that.
Talking about game 1 tonight.
Yep, 2 games to where the Warriors beat themselves, where the Lakers did do really nothing to win the game. All the other games the Lakers won, blowout. But the 2 close ones, the mental mistakes.
Well, yes, Jordan Poole shooting that 3. He shouldn't. I'm not taking the shot. Absolutely.
Don't remind me of that one.
Oh well.
Don't.
You gotta be knowledgeable of what we talk about. So, and the other one was Wardell taking that damn shot late last night.
Both on non-needed threes.
Correct. Again, if you're open and it's there from a kick out, by all means take it. But if you're just jacking up, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
As we've always stressed, run the offense. Run the damn offense.
Clearly, when it was ran, pretty much it worked. The moment they kept setting those screens up and bringing AD out the paint, Curry was penetrating to the paint. Either Curry was getting a layup, or he was dropping it off to somebody getting either a layup, or it was Gary Payton getting a dunk.
Or an alley-oop off the glass. Absolutely. Okay. Real quickly, and then we really will call it night. Two things real quick. Golden Knights went to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and they shut up their fans with a 5-1 win in game 3.
No.
Although, yeah, the Golden Knights came back and stuck it back to the Oilers on the Oilers home ice. So the Golden Knights steal home ice with a huge 5-1 win over the Edmonton Oilers. Although for the Golden Knights, it did come at a price. Broussard, the goalie, exit after a first period save, and Aiden Hill came in to play the rest of the way at goalie. Did not matter. Jack Eichel had 3 points, a huge 3 points for the Knights, and the Knights have taken the lead in that series 2-1. That was the only hockey game on tonight's slate. But I want to go back to yesterday and give kudos. The Florida Panthers have the Toronto Maple Leafs up against the ropes and are up 3-0 and have a chance to break the hearts of Canada yet again, which is something I was expecting because the Maple Leafs, a lot of the Maple Leafs fan base and a lot of the Maple Leafs fans thought that this might possibly be the year they can make a run to the Stanley Cup final. Well, now they stand 1 loss away from being absolutely swept by an underdog Florida Panthers team.
Wow.
But also, kudos to the Kraken. The Seattle Kraken put up 7 last night on the Dallas Stars, and they took the 2-1 edge, 7-2. The Devils, they're trailing 2-1 after being mollywopped by the Hurricanes in the first 2 games, put up 8 last night or Sunday night against the Devils, 8-4. So tonight's game, you got two games. You got game four of Hurricanes Devils on ESPN and game four Stars and Kraken in Seattle. All right. As we will now figure out our beloved schedules for the beloved teams that we cheer for and who's going to be the Sunday night game and Monday night games and all this stuff. Now, here's something that
Guaranteed
is
Jets get the
interesting that
most
my brother
primetime
pointed out
games.
earlier today. That's one aspect, yes. In addition to that, as I'm trying to stop it, go back. I said, do your damn job.
Well, you're the one that's controlling it.
Anyhow, you know what, asshole. Anyhow, so this is according from Adam Schefter. Um, the NFL will have a Black Friday game, first time ever. I don't know if this is going to be a yearly thing. It might be, but of course, the games necessarily do not belong to the networks anymore. All the games are free agents. So you might get some old school NFC on CBS, and you might get AFC on Fox.
And any game can be
Thursday
flexed.
teams
Any
can
game can be flexed at any time, right?
not all teams are guaranteed to have a prime time spot.
That's
Now,
bull.
I don't know if the flex schedule has changed. But teams can be on Thursday Night Football twice on Amazon Prime. So those are just a few
Oh,
things.
that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And that may piss off a lot of teams because I don't think they want to be on Thursday night twice.
Yeah,
That that,
that's
that
going to be interesting.
yeah, that's gonna cause a ruckus in Park Avenue in New York, that's for sure.
They still
But
haven't added two buys into the schedule yet.
no, which I think they should. Well, I look at it this way.
Trying to run these
The
players.
one time that they did it wasn't the one time they did it back in 1993. They gave team two buys. It actually worked because the final week of the season was fantastic with all the playoff scenario that actually also that involved your Raiders in 93 because they had to win against Denver to get in the playoffs, which was a fantastic game, even with the fact that Shannon Sharp was just torching the Raiders. But at the same time, touchdown Timmy Brown was torching the Broncos defense also. But
That
that was a
bastard torched
fantastic
my
game in the
Raiders
Coliseum.
twice.
I wasn't talking about 2000. I was talking about that game in 93. But yes, you are correct. But May 11th, the regular season schedule will be out there, so we will find out who plays what time slots and whatnot. And we know it will be in Philadelphia, but who will be the first opponent for the Philadelphia? No, I'm sorry, Kansas City. I'm sorry. The game will be in Kansas City, and we will see who the Chiefs will begin their title defense against on that Thursday.
Hell, put my Raiders up against them.
Sixers game 5, along with the Suns and Nuggets game 5. That's tonight. You can catch both games on TNT. And then tonight, you got the Kraken and Stars game 4, and you got the Hurricanes and the Devils game 4 today for the NHL. I'm sorry, both basketball games on TNT, both hockey games on ESPN for your playoff needs and all that good stuff. So, not giving up on the Warriors yet.
Nope, never will.
I think they will take game
Strengthen.
5. I think they will take game 5 and force a game 6, and we'll see what happens from there.
Well, we
We
did
know
say
you like Philly tonight.
you damn right. You damn right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, I think Denver will bounce back and get the win in game
I
5
do,
to
I
try to
do
set up an
too.
elimination game
It will be
in
hell. It
game
will be hell
6.
of a
So we'll
game, but
see.
I believe Denver pulls it out. It will be. It will be close.
We
lose.
We will see what happens. You never know. You might get another post game show later on tonight. You never know. In addition, recap of today's playoff action on the Mizzle and Dub Show. He is Mizzle. I am Dub. And as always, it is 5 o'clock. Some damn where. And good night / good morning.
Yes.